The perasha this week, Acharei Mot, Shnei Bnei Aharon, revisits the death of Aharon's two eldest sons, Nadav and Avihu. This is a tragedy of cosmic proportions. While celebrating the dedication of the Mishkan at a time when God is revealing his divine presence, Aharon's two boys, in an ecstatic spiritual fit, approach the altar and apparently initiate their own incense, a ritual or service that was not prescribed by God, and they are immediately struck down and die. The aftermath of this tragedy is also heartbreaking. Moshe Rabbeinu forbids Aharon and his family from mourning the death of the boys. The Torah tells us, Vaidom Aharon, and Aharon was silent. In my book, The Mysticism of Andalusia, exploring Rambam's mystical tradition, I discuss at length the meaning and usage of the term Vaidom and its root Demama, loosely translated as silence. I argue that it is a silence that is generated in response to a powerful experience. It is a silence that is imposed when there are no words that can do justice to the events at hand. Aharon wants to scream. He wants to cry out. But what can he say? God has passed judgment on his sons. Both Rashi and Rambam understand Aharon's silence as an act of absolute submission to God's will. Aharon doesn't protest because he recognizes that something sacred, though incomprehensible, has occurred. His silence is an act of radical faith, like Avraham Avinu at the Akedah, an act of spiritual discipline. An alternative to this reading is Rambam's usage of the term Vaidom. For Rambam, the highest mystical experience is expressed in the Tanakh, in the words of the Tehillim, Lecha Dumiyah Tehillah. For you, God, silence is the highest form of praise. Vaidom implies not just silence, but a stillness, a profound inner quiet. Aharon doesn't speak because he reaches a state beyond words, beyond reaction. In Jewish mysticism, silence is greater than speech. Speech fails us when confronting mystery and when confronting tragedy. The greatest poets and the masters of language understood that when it comes to talking or describing the mysteries of our existence, language fails us. The deepest truths are revealed in the still, silent pauses. The prophets of Israel understood that Dumiyah is the most powerful form of ritual and religious and spiritual expression. I end with a quote from Rambam's Moreh HaNevuchim, Guide of the Perplexed, a quote that I explain in my book, The Mysticism of Andalusia. Rambam writes as follows: Praise be he who at the moment that the minds glance at his essence, their understanding turns faulty. At the moment of glancing at the necessary correlation between his will and his actions, knowledge turns into ignorance. When the tongues attempt to exalt him with attributes, all verbosity turns into ineptitude and faultiness. Shabbat Shalom.